be a deckhand on a riverboat, and I was, and I've used, I've learned, because a lot of people think a Cajun accent, oh, well, it's just a Southern accent. No. Man, I can tell y'all, it's sort of like that. You go over there, you go to pass a good time, and anything that slithers or weasels or falls out of the tree and poops somewhere is, you see that? That's good eating right there. So yeah, so I picked up the Cajun accent, and it's does anybody ever see? Quick aside, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We've heard of those guys, right? Well, I was a couple bad guys on there, and one of them was a guy named Leatherhead, and he was a Cajun alligator from the swamp, and it was funny because it was one of the very first jobs I ever got when I got into the business. And I'd just been a deckhand on the actual oldest tugboat on the Mississippi River called the Old Dutch. And the captain's name, it was his very last, he was 78. And I think I was 18 or 19. So he loved this little Yankee schmuck from Ohio, And he talked like this. That's how he was talking. Man, I can tell you, boy, you're not gonna make it on these boats, no. And that's a dead-on impression of him, and it's also Leatherhead. And I couldn't help but wonder if his grandkids are watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Get damn turtle. Hey, Grandpa! Come here, you know this guy right here, Went in and the dark of the night, oh my minute, and you always laugh. Yeah, it's the law. That guy laughs at the end of the song. That's Captain Hook. See what I mean? I'm just saying. So so we did it. And then, and they played it for me. He goes, wow, I sound pretty good. Yes. That's good.
And very recently, you were actually able to take some family trips, some time off to both Walt Disney World and Disneyland, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I think that was us.
So let's get a little bit controversial here. Do you prefer the East Coast or the West Coast? Disneyland or Disney World?
Yes.
Spoken like a true employee.
Yep.
This dude's got on a tuna will travel, Hakuna Matata shirt. And do you know the story about the lyrics in the Hakuna Matata? Because Jess Arnell and I, my buddy, everybody knows Jess, Yakko Warner. You gotta love Jess. And Disney, the people at Disney Darn, the makeup, they hired Jess and I to sing that song. I was Pumbaa and he was Timon, and we sang the song because they're not singers. It's what are you gonna do? And so they figured, well, we'll get Jim and Jess to do it, and then they could just drive around. You give cassettes, back at the time, and then you could drive around in your car and listen to it for 3 weeks, and that way it just kind of burned into your head. Like you do, Happy Birthday or something. Everybody knows that song. So. We did that, and we're going through there, and I remember Rob Minkoff did like some of the lyrics, it's like Elton John and yeah, thank you. Anyway, it was like when I was a kid, it was rough, and you had it easy. I had it rough, and everybody's parents told them that, and I said, well, wait a minute, doesn't this warthog have gas? And they go, yeah. And I said, good, I've got a lyric for you. And oh, the shame, tell them how did you feel? And I got downhearted every time that I poop, but not in front of the kids. Sorry. And so I almost got a fart joke in. Thank you. Acting. Well, Terry's not here, so we won't tell him. Terry McGovern.
But Ray was on my list. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Well, the women love a man with a big back coach. That's right. Don't make me light my butt.
I've said that once, I've said it 1,000 times. And you always would when your little brother, hey, come here, want to see something? No, you don't want to. No, don't do that.
So this time we're going to start lining up for some questions. If you guys have questions.
Sure. Yeah. Well, Paul Winchell was always a favorite of mine, and then he was a friend of mine, and God rest his soul. And Mel Blanc. I mean, my goodness, you had to love Mel, and I never met him, and I never met Sterling Holloway either, even though I could have years before I was in the business. Years before. We were down in Laguna Niguel, California, where he lived, and the waitress walks over to the corner table and couldn't see who was there. And says, "Well, have we decided yet?" And you hear this little voice, "Yes, I believe I shall have the chowder." And I looked at my wife and went, "We need a." And I got up and I looked over there, and he looked like a little albino crow, and he had all this white hair shooting up over there. Like a big dork. And then I so I'm sure I ruined the answer somewhere. Did I come even close to the question?
Yes, that was so good. Thanks for being a part of my childhood and adulthood. Thanks.
Oh, God bless. Thank you. Hey.
My name's Zoe, and to me, my puzzle, Cookie Dough. And also to me, my puzzle again is thank you.
Okay.
But my question is, when you first to doing voice acting, do you have to struggle with hearing your voice so much? Because a common thing with people they hate hearing their own voice, but that'd probably be difficult for a voice actor.
What, is it hard to hear my own voice, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got over it a while ago. But people that, you hear, like when you're in third grade and, "Hi, my name is James," and it's, and then you hear it, "Hi, my name is Jim." Oh, that doesn't sound like me. But I never sound like me anyway, so it's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Linny, and my favorite dessert is probably brownies or pumpkin pie. And I was wondering, what's your favorite genre of movie?
The genre of movie? Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know, maybe action, adventure.
Okay. Thank you.
Something like that. You're welcome. Yes.
My name is Corbin. I like chocolate cake. And my question is, what character that you voice acted mostly reflects your personality?
Boy, I don't know, maybe Hondo and Darkwing. They're both wise guys. With a little poo on the side, with an H. Thank you.
All right, so we are out of time, but can these be quick? All right.
No pressure.
My name is Diane. I like fruit pizza. And my question is, what would you be doing if you weren't the voice of our childhood?
I'd be the voice of your adulthood.
Hello, my name is Courtney, and I'd like to
Dessert. Yeah, always one.
Jesus.
My favorite dessert is apologizing for that.
Good job.
And my question is, if every character you've ever voiced were put into a Hunger Games arena, who would win?
Hunger Games arena. Probably Taz.
Thank you very much.
He did the other ones. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.